Crown Collective, tap in. Hey, 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 welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Cass. I'm an intuitive prophetic speaker guiding you to live an intentional life through self-empowerment and spiritual awareness. And today, this is the last day of our breakthrough season and series. And I am so excited about this. You want to know why? Because I feel like we went through a lot of ups and downs during this cycle. So before I get started, I want to say hello to my members and my mods. Hello, Travis. Hello, all to the members. Thank you so much for keeping this community safe. And in this message, I'm telling you, y'all, we about to take off. We are about to take off. You want to know why? Because during this breakthrough season, I felt like a lot of you believe that you were like sludging through mud. Tap in. I feel like a lot of you were just feeling like you were dragging your feet, and you're like, Cass, I know that you said we're about to have a breakthrough, but I don't feel like I'm having a breakthrough. I feel like the reason why you believe you don't feel like you're having a breakthrough is because you have not accepted the fact that you are truly powerful. Oh, listen, right? Like you have it in like your mind, like, yes, I'm better than this, I'm bigger than this, I could do this, I could do that. But I really don't think that you have sat with the energy that you are much more powerful than you once thought that you weren't. Did I say that right? Let me rewind that. I don't believe that you sat with the fact that you're powerful. Tap in. And in this breakthrough season, as we go into the birthright season, which is going to absolutely solidify just how powerful you are, collective, tap in. As we break through this moment, I'm telling you right now, collective, you're going to blow your own mind. You're going to blow your own mind. But first, you have to get rid of this limiting belief. You have to get rid of this idea and this notion that you do not have the tools, or that you lack the tools to move forward appropriately, to honor this breakthrough season and to honor what's coming to you next, collective, tap in. And you know what? I'm going to empower you in all the ways that I can, but the fact of the matter is that this is intentional. This is intentional. And I feel like we are going to start shifting our conversations from, well, maybe, sorta, kinda, to absolutely I can. And I'm going to live my life intentionally. Okay. And I'm going to elevate my life intentionally. And I'm going to do that by recognizing first that I have the power within to change the world around me. Tap in. Okay. So as I'm looking at the Eight of Swords, I'm feeling like a lot of you are actually maybe feeling a little bit of pain. Some of y'all are feeling a little bit agitated. Some of y'all are feeling like, okay, I know that this shift is happening. I'm just not really sure which direction I'm going. So some of y'all might be feeling directionless right now. Okay, some of y'all might be feeling like what you're doing at this very moment is not satisfying you, that it's not feeling like it is a part of you, and that it feels foreign. Tap in. So some of y'all are in a life or in a lifestyle or in an environment or in a relationship. Hi, Paula. In a relationship, in a situationship that feels foreign to you because it's a part of the old version of your life. Tap in. And it's no longer fitting. Now, when we're talking about that intentionally, right? We understand that there are movements that have to happen before you like completely break through, break free, right? But I want you to remember that when you are in Eight of Swords energy and you're like, I gotta break free, I gotta get out of here, the direction that you're going, you're not going backwards, right? I want you to remember that this is about the intention. Even though you know that right now you have to stay in this particular position because it's either unsafe to move or you're making other plans outside of it so that when you do move, you're landing correctly, or because you got to make this money, right? You got, like, this is how you support your family, how you support your life. It's an integral part of your support system. Like, hey Joe, tap in. Like, understanding the intention of why you are still here, but knowing that you intentionally plan on leveling up once you remove yourself, like, that's what's important, collective. And oftentimes we allow the world to trick us. We allow the world to make us believe that if we don't move exactly when the world tells us to move, then we're somehow going to miss out. No, the world does not understand how you flow. Energy understands how you flow. God understands how you flow. But Chiron, okay, and Nisha and all these other people that's online telling you, oh, this, you got to move right now. No. The point is for you to break free. And I am very aware that the collective are in positions that don't allow them to just walk out. Period. Okay, they have to plan. So this Eight of Swords is really giving me planning vibes, right? It's giving me like, okay, now you know the direction. You know, listen, sometimes I say it's better to know what you don't want rather than to know what you want. So you know you don't want to be in a position that binds you. You know that you don't want to be in a position that hurts you. You know that you don't want to be in a position that limits you. So you know what that's the process of elimination. So you know what ends up happening. So now you start finding your direction. And as I'm looking at this Eight of Swords, it's very clear that your direction is to something bigger and beautiful and secure. That's the thing, collective. A lot of times we forget that a big component of our lives, a big component of how we elevate, a big component on how we operate is for our security. Tap in. Our emotional security, our psychological security. Like, girl, neither can I. Neither can I. Okay. And so what I'm saying, collective, to you is that if the intention for you is to find a secure location to house your emotions, to house your mindset, to house your thoughts, that's what you work towards. You don't work backwards. And until then, you protect all of those, is the word intangibles, like you can't touch them, right? But they exist. It's to protect them the best way you can while you might be in unsupporting territory. Speaking of unsupporting territory, collective, I'm looking at the Tower and I'm looking at death back to back, baby. I'm looking at Tower and I'm looking at death back to back. Okay. And so as I'm looking at this breakthrough season, and I'm like, whoa, the collective is really looking for a place that you're looking for, a place of safety. You're looking for a place to have a soft landing. This ain't gonna be no soft landing. You about to hit the ground like Superman do when he drop out of the sky. You know, the superhero drop where they come out and they like this on the ground and all around them like the concrete is broken. Like, this is not a soft landing for you. You're about to land hard, baby. But you got to tap in, because what you're coming out of is dramatic. Okay, it's some dramatic-ish going on. Okay, and so I feel like a lot of y'all, this just came to me. A lot of y'all fighting family, a lot of y'all fighting friends. For some reason, family is coming up for me right now. So I feel like a lot of y'all are going toe-to-toe with your family members. A lot of y'all are going toe-to-toe with people that said that they love you and not showing up. And at this point, you're like, you know what? This conversation is dead. This relationship is dead. Everything that you're saying to me is dead. Like, it's over. It's over. Hi, Tim. It's over. And, you know, I was talking about this the other day in my last live stream, walking through the valley of the shadow of death, and how a lot of people are really scared of that shadow of death. And I'm telling you right now, like, the shadow of death also exposes who is really true for you and who is not. So looking at this tower and this death, this whatever foundation you thought you were sitting on in this Eight of Swords, not only does it have to be destroyed, but you have to put it in your mind that you are never going back there. That is a part of your breakthrough season, collective. And that's why it is so important that during our next season, which is your birthright season, which we are going to kick off tomorrow. And baby, I need y'all to listen. I need you to subscribe, put your notifications on, okay? Because tomorrow we're busting in the birthright season like no one has ever had in this space before. Tap in. So looking at this, and you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? And the more I look at this tower and this death, the more I'm recognizing that, whoa, a lot of you are okay. Hi, Ariella. That's a beautiful name. A lot of y'all are okay with burning the bridge. I am a huge supporter, collective. I am a huge supporter of burning the fucking bridge. Yes, I am. I am a huge supporter of absolutely saying, don't have no access to me no more. Don't come here no more with that. Don't come. I don't care. No, I don't listen. The bridge over troubled waters, no, it's no longer available. Okay. Not only burn the bridge, okay, burn the foundation of the bridge. Listen, build a dam. You can't get over here, collective. Tap in. And I feel like that, like you gotta be okay with that. You gotta be okay with burning bridges. I feel like, you know what? And this might be like my generation or the previous generation, what has been instilled in us for a long time. But I feel like that, oh, don't burn bridges, that has been like beaten into our heads. And it creates a fear factor. Oh, well, I might need to go back one day. Oh, I might need to say something one day, or I might need this person. Man, damn all that. Tap in. That actually keeps you in a space where you are going to depend on people who don't love you. It keeps you in a space where you depend on people who don't have your best interests at heart. That's freaking scary. That is scary. So if you are somebody who operated like that, who even said out your mouth, oh, don't burn bridges, girl, family, friends, lend me your ears. Fuck that bridge. Okay? I say take it and burn it to the ground. Nobody deserves access to you once you've made the decision to live a life that is intentionally fulfilling. I want you to remember, people do not like when you live a life that is intentionally fulfilling. See, that's the thing, collective. You got a lot of people on here. That's why I say money can't buy everything. Now, money can buy a lot of things, okay? I'm not saying don't worry about the money, okay? Because we all about our paper over here. We all about getting the bag over here. But what I am saying is that you got a lot of people out here who want to show off their designers, who want to show off a big house, and we hear it all the time. This did not buy my happiness. Why? Because they are living a life where they believe that the big things, the name brand things, automatically contributes to living a fulfilled life. Tap in. That is not the case. Don't get tricked into that mindset. Don't get tricked into believing that you have to keep bridges to connect with people who don't deserve you, collective. Tap in. I said back up out of that. It is not fair to you that you keep lending your energy, or you keep lending this free and open space for people to come to you, ask you questions, emotionally dump on you. Oh my gosh, I cannot stand when people emotionally dump. It is so just, it holds no regards for the person that's receiving this. It holds no regards for the triggers that might be happening to that person. One of the things that I've learned to ask over the years is like, hey, exactly, Ariella. One of the things I've learned to do, like when I call people and I'm like, hey, I have a problem I want to talk to you about. Do you have the space and the time to hear me out? If not today, when? Boom. Hello, you're welcome. That is very important. And people truly miss the opportunity to connect deeper just by asking a simple question. Hey, listen, I got something on my mind. You seem to be the perfect person I can speak to about this. But before I start, this topic is blank. And I would like to know if you have the space and the time to talk to me about it or talk me through it or whatever the case may be. Tap in. You are intentionally setting someone else up to make a choice for themselves on whether or not they could even handle that level of information. Tap in. I feel like that absolutely goes both ways. But when you have people that have instant access to you, collective, they don't care about whether or not they're about to emotionally dump on you. They don't care that you're about to give them some of the best advice that is free. You ain't have to go to school. You have to go to no licensed clinical professional for this advice. The advice is clear because it's collective for healers, right? They don't care about that. They want to make themselves feel better at the expense of your emotional stability. Tap in. So I want to make it clear as I keep looking at this tower in death, that a part of this rebirth, a part of your birthright, a part of this next level is for you to accept that you are closing bridge access or completely burning the bridge down so that people do not have connection to you. The question is how to deal with the mother wound as a daughter when your own mother can't handle your journey, how to transcend. You got to burn that bridge, baby. Listen, that's a great question. You've got to burn that bridge and you've got to build your boundaries. If your mother cannot deal with you elevating, that's not a problem you need to take on. That ain't your problem. Yes, you want her support. Yes, you want her to love you. Yes, you want her to have this unwavering, dying, emotional connection. The fact of the matter is that that's not always available from the people who should be doing that for you. If she has a problem with that, that is not your problem. It's not your problem. That is a transformation for you. Even understanding how important that connection is for a mother, for a daughter to have with their mother. It's a lot of people out here that just simply can't get that. So what is your intent? What would be her intentions? It's always going back to the intentions. What would be her intentions in pretending to support you? Hey, E. And pretending to support you during your healing journey. And what would be the outcome that would truly happen, knowing who this person is? What would be the outcome if you allow this person to stay in your vicinity during your healing journey? Because I'm going to tell you right now, healing a wound, healing a deep spiritual, emotional, psychological, birthright, generational wound like that is a years long process. Okay? It's a lifelong journey. Because you're not only healing who you are today in order to move forward, you're also healing baby you. You're healing 1-year-old you, 2-year-old you, 3, and you're going to start unpacking. Wow, this person was not here during that season. That's it. So listen. Even though you want that person to be there for you, And this is real amongst the collective, whether it's mother, father, sister, brother, uncle, aunt, best friend, whoever it is. Even though that desire is there, you got to learn how to release yourself from that need and intentionally find other spaces that allow you to heal the way that you need to. And I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not even saying it's right. I'm not. Because the mother-daughter relationship, toxic relationship is a whole nother conversation that we need to unpack, especially in the season, in the birthright season. But baby, this is your journey. And you know what? The people that are supposed to be there for this journey will be there. Keeping on with the conversation. I thought that question was quite beautiful. I don't know if that person's even still in the chat, but I know a lot of the collective are dealing with deep wounds from family. And isn't it interesting that I said for some reason family keeps coming up? As we go into this birthright season starting tomorrow I'm going to tap into why you need to own the name that was given to you, why you need to own the lineage. Listen, baby, it's okay. Listen, this is a safe space here, baby. Cry it out, email me, talk about it, whatever. Okay? Can you listen? People really out here, and you know what's crazy? I didn't want to go here because I understand the connection that you want to have, especially as a daughter to a mother. The connection that you want to have is something that should be innate, right? It should just be there. It should just be like, it should just happen. But it was not up to you to cultivate that environment. And I don't know your family dynamics, but it seems like there is a failure, literally, to communicate. And the failure started long before you typed that question in. It is not your fault. Because I have a not even a suspicion. I know for a fact that you have tried over and over again to make that connection. And every time you thought you got close, boom, it was snatched away by something that she did. That is not your fault. It is not your burden to carry. Let me say this again. It is not your fault, and it is not your burden to carry because that person chose to continue the generational curse that was handed down by their parents or their grandparents. That ain't you. The buck stops with you, as a matter of fact. The emergence and transformation starts with you, as a matter of fact. The transformation, when I was talking about walking through the valley of the shadow of death, the shadow of death, the death is the transformation. The other side of the valley of the shadow of death is Mount Zion, communion, connection, being closer to God. That is your journey. That is your point of knowing that you broke generation after generation after generational curse. You get to plant these new seeds because you're going to be somebody's ancestor one day. And you know what it's like. You might have children. You might have nieces. You might have friends that have daughters and all. Like you might volunteer in your community with young women. It's the seeds that you plant today in the healed version of you that breaks those bonds, those hooks that got previous generations. Baby, I'm going to say it again. This is your journey. And what the previous generation failed to break ain't got nothing to do with you as far as their behaviors. Are we tapped in, collective? And that goes for anybody that's listening to this message, not just for the beautiful viewer that asked that question. And my peoples can tell you, I usually don't like take questions like that, but I just felt the energy within that question was so strong. Like a wound is, and that you go through a healing journey like that, it's like the wound that comes out, the way that it gets reopened time and time again. That's the hardest part, because you be feeling like you're taking so many steps forward, but somehow it's like every time something happens and that wound get hit, it's like you gotta go back and redress it. That's the journey, baby. And it's going to come a time where when things happen, it ain't going to hurt so bad. It's not going to hurt at all. And that might seem like it's so far away, but truly it's not. The divine is within you. It is all about how you set up your intentions. Tap in. And speaking of that, y'all, the King of Pentacles is here. Oh, wait a minute. Because and that's deep. But you know enough about yourself. You know enough about yourself. And as I said, if you are in a position, I'm about to go to this King of Pentacles, y'all. If you are in a position where you feel like you strapped down, you in an environment where you have to plan your escape, or you might be so young that you can't even get out the house yet. Oh, so you in enemy territory. Oh, collective. Oh, collective. That's something that people don't talk about a lot, is that when you are in enemy territory and you can't leave, it's hard to leave. It's hard to it's when you're in enemy territory, especially if you're a young lady and you don't have nobody to buffer what's going on between in the household and the outside world, baby. But you know enough to create a sanctuary in here. You know enough to create a sanctuary in here. You know enough to, when you get to school, hey, I need a moment to pray. I can't pray at home, but I need a space to pray. I wish a school would be like, no, you can't pray. Girl, they be on the Channel 9 news. School refuses. I would just listen. Muslim to pray, Christian to pray, Buddhist to meditate. School refuses. Girl, they be on the Channel 9 news. Hey, there's opportunities. There's spaces for you to get to what you see as your holy grail in that moment. And that's where the King of Pentacles truly shines. Oh Lord, not one of these fools. How is it? I want you to tell me as I hide you on this channel. Okay? Tell me. Ain't never heard that a day in my life. That is brand new news to me. I'm so glad you came here with that original thought so that you could let the collective know. Okay? Let the collective know just how amazing this new school of thought is. Tap in. Okay, so you still young, girl, 20. Let me put some power in your hand, y'all. Sorry, y'all. I know that we gonna tap into this King of Pentacles as I put this power in your hand. Okay, put this power in your soul. Put this power in your mind. Like I said, I don't know everything, and I won't make any assumptions. But 20 years old is a beautiful age to start laying down groundwork. It's a beautiful age to start putting down those boundaries. Anybody that has 10 years plus over the age of 20 that's watching this right now, I want you to type a 2 in the chat if you agree that had you placed boundaries on family, friends, yourself, at the age of 20, you wouldn't have had the hiccups, okay, that you had 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Girl, you better put them boundaries now. The answer is no. That's how you start. You start out by fix it. Listen, look, no. Because see, here's the thing. When you start placing your boundaries, people won't test you. This ain't just in your household. This in your life, period. You still young enough that you're going to hit some roadblocks on the way. But one of the way I'm telling you to prevent such hard falls, unless you need them to happen, is by saying absolutely no. I see that you're yelling right now. So this is not a good time to talk to you about anything. Can't nobody force you to do shit at 20 years old. At all. Listen, you see the chat? Look at somebody who got decades on you, babe. Decades. Tap in. You get to control your life. And if anybody believes that they can come in and tell you at 20 what your life should look like without your input, somebody say, okay, listen. The chat is speaking for me. I ain't got to say nothing. The chat is speaking for me. My audience, listen, for all my 30 under, my audience, the primary audience is over the age of 35. We are telling you right that putting your boundaries into play at a young age, it builds spiritual muscle, baby. That spiritual muscle, woo-wee. It is one of the best alarm systems that you can have against spiritual warfare, baby. And you're going to hit spiritual warfare, especially if we're talking about the healing. If you're healing deep wounds, if you're healing just your life, hey, baby. That spiritual warfare alarm system that goes off here. It's just a metaphysical experience that, babe, it's going to take you to the next level. It's going to protect you so well. Tap in. This chat ain't lying. This chat is not lying. Travis, you are amazing. Now let's go to this King of Pentacles. Okay. Listen. Can I just, okay, so the comment, if y'all wasn't able to see that, let me share this a little bit, okay? Because, yeah, listen, hold on, let me finish this one thought. Travis, my moderator, my amazing moderator, just blocked the comment that says you have those spiritual lips. Girl, listen, you don't know nothing about this divine feminine. You don't know nothing about any of these lips. Okay? And the changes that come along with it. You don't know nothing about that. Because if you did, you wouldn't even have put that comment in here. That's why this chat is the most beautiful. That's why my moderators in my community are the most beautiful. Because they understand when you say something like that, the levels of spiritual implications that come along with it. You will never disrespect the divine feminine. The divine feminine and divine masculine has been disrespected for way too long, and this is not a place for you to do that. No matter if it's the lips that's speaking here or the lips that's speaking there, baby. Now back to my beautiful young divine feminines, okay? Yeah, someone telling you what your life should look like without your input is nothing but straight up projection. And at the end of the day, if somebody's coming to you telling you what your life should look like, girl, why their life don't look like that? Okay? I tell my baby girl all the time, listen, how you want to live your life is your decision. I just want you to act in the best interest of you. If you're not ready to take care of anybody else, then don't do the activities that put you in a position where you got to take care of somebody else. Because the point of those activities when you have a baby is to have a baby. Tap in. Okay? I don't care if they want to travel the world. We're going to make that plan. What do you want your life to look like? You want to be well-traveled? You want to speak multiple languages? You want to go to college? You want to do this? Yes, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the dangers. Let's talk about the pros and cons, all of that. It's not about what I want her or his life to look like. It's about what I hope that they can carry with them, which is self-protection, empowerment, truth, understanding, how does devil work, how spiritual warfare works. That's what's important to me, because through those understandings, and some of those understandings she and he can only get through life experience. But that does not mean that I can't mentally and spiritually prepare them for those battles. And that's what the King of Pentacles is talking about. It's about grounding those spiritual lessons into the real world. So when I talk about intention, when I talk about making sure that you're covering all three corners of intention, tap in, I mean it. Speaking of which, y'all not even ready. Yes, y'all are. Y'all ready? I want y'all to click that link and check out my new course, my 7-day morning reset, a guide to an empowered morning. Because morning times, I know that the collective struggles with. Tap in. I know y'all struggle with y'all morning times. Check out. I'm telling you, the intention setting is next level. I struggle with my mornings. I've come on here and told y'all all the time, listen, my mornings don't start until pretty much 11 o'clock in the morning. When I got out the military, I promised myself, girl, never again will I wake up at the crack of dawn to do anything. And what that ended up doing was sending me into a spiral. Tap in. I actually spiraled out because my days had nothing at that point. And then I figured out that I could turn my chaotic spirals into something that is intentional and set up a life of enjoyment for myself. Even if my day was going to be filled with a lot of noise and chaos, I still had a place to ground myself, because I set out with an intention to start my day off with something powerful. Tap in. And collective, listen, I want y'all to really tap in with this King of Pentacles energy and understand that when you coming off a transformation that causes for the complete destruction of who you used to be, who you used to roll with, who you used to talk to, where you used to work, where you used to lay down. We're talking about complete transformation into next level. It's going straight into the King of Pentacles. This is where you can comfortably rest. The King of Pentacles is about having a command of who you are. I know a lot of people, King of Pentacles is about having money. It's about, yeah, that's cool. It's about having a command of that which is tangible. Your life is tangible. You want to know how important this King of Pentacles energy is as I'm channeling this message? This change is so important. This change is so imperative. This change is so next level. This change is so spiritually relevant for you, collective, that I believe many of you are going to start seeing or hearing divine messages come to you. And this can be, I don't want you to think like, it's going to be like a voice in your head. Sometimes the messages come to you in a song. It comes to you by somebody else coming up and saying the most random messages to you. I'm like, wait a minute. Where'd you come from? That's it. What? Huh? Who? Listen. You might start seeing, you might pick up a book that has the exact title of what you was just talking about and needing that confirmation. You might turn, I don't know if y'all still listen to the radio station, okay? I might be dating myself, but y'all might be turning to the radio and be like, okay, well, gee, I don't know, like the static, girl, I'm dating myself. At the end of the day, y'all know what I'm saying, okay? You might turn to a station and be like, whoa, I was just thinking that. This is my sign. Or you might go into such amazing alignment. Aisha. Every time I see your name, I'm sorry. I just sorry. Aisha is like, yeah. Anyway, if you listen, I'm dating myself. Anyway, every time I see your name, that's exactly what comes to my mind. But listen, y'all might be tapped into a message. Y'all might have turned on to here and was like, wait a minute. Cass said something that I've been thinking, I've been feeling, it's just the alignment. It's really, truly the alignment that shows up in the King of Pentacles. Ooh, tap in. Collective. Listen. Let me put my glasses on. Y'all know when the glasses come on, I got to take a deeper look at the conversation at hand, okay? Because what I'm saying here, collective, is that your King of Pentacles is going to truly show you more than anything. That King of Pentacles energy is that you are grounded in the right space, okay? That you are where you are supposed to be for that moment. And let me tell you something, collective, this King of Pentacles will get shaky eventually as you grow. You'll go through this system. 8 of Swords, Tower, Death, King of Pentacles. You'll go through this system multiple times in your life. Listen, my youngins, my young ladies, my young men, my young gentlemen, and that's listening right now, the tower you're going through right now is not the only tower you'll ever go through. No, you'll go through multiple. And they all equally freaking suck. Okay, tap in. Okay, tap in. If you understand what I'm talking about, if you over the age of 25 in my chat right now and you've been through multiple awakenings, I want y'all to type a 2 in the chat for me, okay? It's not going to be the last time you go through this. Miss Ariella, I have been saying that the family issues that's coming out right now, I'm going to have to break that down. That's coming out. Listen, November starts birthright season. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Hey, Timothy. What's your name? Thug something, huh? I ain't never seen you before. Hey. Listen, as we close out this breakthrough season, because I need you to understand, we ain't done. I got a little bit more to unpack. As we close out our breakthrough season, which was all of October, and we go into November, we talking about birthright. Your family, y'all might actually see the horns come out of your family's forehead. Some of y'all family members' forehead. Y'all might see the hooves form on your family members because your elevation. Listen, when light walks into the room, darkness starts to exist. They got to find places to hide. So the darkness got to come out. So we going into the holiday season, collective. And you ain't got to celebrate the holidays to know that this is a time where family gets together. It is the energy. It is the environment. It is the collective consciousness that is happening during that time of year. They already playing the songs. They already got the decorations out. So it's putting people in a space of the holiday season. And if your family, anything like my family, anything like they family, anything like everybody else's family, oh, the claws are coming out. And the claws are coming out against you, collective. And they don't even know that when the claws come out against you, collective, when the claws come out against you, collective, that you prepared to clip them motherfuckers in real time. You prepared to clip them motherfuckers in real time. As soon as they go, hey, you click, click, click. Okay, now that I've, calmed you down, let me tell you what's not going to happen. Okay. I have been in other family environments during the holiday seasons where you'll have the chosen, the collective, the crown collective, the anointed, divine feminine, divine masculine, earth angel, however you identify. You'll have them sitting down, minding your own business, and you got a family member that's so deep into darkness. Just come over to them and just start just laying hands on them. Just start beating them up like, whoa, where did this come from? And you can see that the spirit in their eyes is dark. They're going to start fights with you. They're going to try to get you out of character. They want to get you worked up, collective. No, that's because they recognize your birthright. And that's what we're going to go into in the month of November. So when I'm talking about this breakthrough, the way we closing out this breakthrough season, the way we're closing out this breakthrough season collective is recognizing 100% that the breakthrough that has to happen is you got to start demolishing these bridges where people had instant access to you. And yes, that includes blocking people on your cell phone. I need you, collective. Here go my cell phone right here. I got 17 numbers saved in my phone. 17 phone numbers saved in my phone. 17. That's it. And that's probably about to go down to 10 by the end of next month. Cass, you got so little people in your phone? Yes. Yes. Yes, Paula. Click, click, click. Because them claws. But the bridge to Cass has been burned and closed. If you find a way to contact me, somebody better had not be breathing them. Okay. And even then, my condolences. Click. You gotta stop giving people access to you. And that may be the ultimate. And isn't it interesting? Travis, tap in. Isn't it interesting? When I started out October 1st for the breakthrough season, I started out by talking about the longest suspension bridge built in the world down there, over there in the China lands. And this bridge there was already a bridge that was existing, right? Tap in. Hi, Ola. And the new bridge that China built, the main purpose, oh my gosh, tap in. The main purpose was to build an economic community, to bring in money, to bring in a sustainable life. King of Pentacles. How we started is how we finish. Tap in. We turn these lessons into blessings, which is what December's going to be. So you got to cut off, burn down the bridges in which people think they have access or do have access to you. The bridges that allow your family to yell at you. The bridges that allow your family to talk trash about you to your face. The family that taps into you and emotionally dumps on you. Like all of that, those bridges, gone. Meanwhile, you are intentionally building bridges and connecting to people, places, and things, your nouns, that usher in abundance. Oh, baby. listen, collective, type of one in the chat if you think they ready to have that conversation. Not you. I'm talking about they, them, everybody else, not the non. Because do you think they ready to have that conversation? Because if we start to have this conversation, then they gonna recognize that they not invited, that we celebrating without them. And while they could be building their own bridges over there, they want to look at what we got. Do you think they ready for that conversation? I don't think they're ready for that conversation. Because see, what's going to happen is that at the beginning, and this happens to the collective all the time. I know it happens to the collective all the time. See, when you start having a conversation with somebody who is not in the collective, who don't understand the journey, who is not a healer, who is not a thought leader, who is not a worker, however you identify within the collective, because everybody ain't got the same role. When you start having people who think they in it, and then you start talking and you start laying down the foundations of who you are, what you do, all this kind of stuff, and they recognize, oh shit, we ain't talking about that. We don't see, this ain't the same thing. This ain't the same. And I'm not saying everything got to line up, but there are certain principalities of the collective. You feel what I'm saying? It's a certain principalities. You know what I mean? You ain't got to agree on everything, but it's certain like baseline, information. You know what I mean? And then they gonna be like, wait a minute. And then they gonna start getting aggressive with you, passive aggressive. They might start throwing little shots at you. You know what I'm saying? They might start calling you different names that, it's shade in that energy. It's hate in that energy. It's that animosity built up. But the thing is that sometimes collective, they don't even know what's going on within them because they ain't never met nobody like you before. Oh, tap in. Not this version of you. See, they family, but they don't know you. So that animosity starting to show up in a way they never felt before, starting to get a little bit hectic inside. And instead of them taking a step back and recognizing that it's them that got the issue, they want to start coming at you in a way that is nasty. So you start seeing the claws, click, click, click. You start seeing the horns, okay? You gonna wrangle them bitches up, boom, tighten it up. Y'all. When I say your light is going to expose the shadows, when I say that when you enter a room, and sometimes the room ain't even physical. Of course, when you enter, everybody gonna see you. You light up the room, right? You just that even when you quiet. All my introverts, bitch. When you walk into a room, you light it up. Okay, I got to tell you the comment. That's what's happening. But sometimes you enter the room of somebody's soul. Sometimes you enter the room of somebody's mind. See, when we talking about the room, we ain't just talking about physically. We talking about emotionally. We talking about spiritually, and you just being you. Not even knowing that you unlocking people's doors and exposing the source of who they truly are, which is not in light. Oh, baby. This a word. Collective. I need you to tap in and understand that as we sit in this King of Pentacles energy right now, as I'm channeling this message, baby, sometimes the room ain't even physical. I don't even think they're ready for that conversation. Or you think they're ready for that conversation, bitch? Because I don't think so. I think they think we playing. I think they think that we still in this Eight of Swords. No, bitch. No. We way past that. We done burnt the bridges. And the reason why I got to tell you this way. The reason why I got to tell you this way, collective, is because sometimes we often see the outcome when it's too late, after the argument, after somebody attacks us, after somebody throws a shade. No, well, I'm putting you up on game today. Because as we enter the spirit of the holidays, tap in. As we enter the spirit of the holidays, that's an environmental spirit. It's being invited just when you walk into Target and they playing Christmas music. I walked into, Ross this morning, and all I heard was let it snow, let it snow. I said, bitch, we in Southern California. Let it snow. But that is the spirit in which they are inviting this energy of the holidays. So whether you celebrate or not is irrelevant. We still operating in it, okay? We still operating in it. And if we operating in it, we like, hey, you know what? It is the holiday time, okay? People might be feeling giving, loving, but also remember, y'all, it's a lot of, I'm not going to go there today, there's a lot of geopolitical stuff happening during this time of year as well. So y'all feeling that energy as well. Tap in. El White, well, why are you laughing at me, Ellen? Huh? So you entering a lot of energy. And so remember y'all, sometimes we like this. I need you to take down those blinders. Sometimes you might be looking at one thing and not the other. No, we on full-blown alert. Because when you are in the energy of other people, remember, they not receiving the spirit of the holidays like you are. They receiving a ugly part because they can't handle being around people that hold light like you. Tap in. Oh, my singing bowl? Yes, I got this. I think I might have been in Vietnam. It was either between Vietnam or Bali. I can't remember which one. That was years ago. Yeah. Tap in. And I haven't heard one that has this exact tonality. Tap in. So thank you so much for noticing. But yeah. I don't have is why why you don't have bots? I mean, I don't know. Yes. But see, here's the thing. That's a part of you having to heal. Because if your family makes you cry all the time, then there's a part of you. Oh, yeah, okay. I can dig it. I can dig it, Aisha. If your family is set out with the intention to make you cry, then you got to find out why you still around your family. These sometimes it is just that simple. You don't have to make things complicated. And you shouldn't make things complicated. That's it. Ooh, y'all, collective. That was a heck. Ooh, lighten up the room. You done lit up the room and the demon's mind and everything. My goodness, y'all. Oh my gosh. And y'all know, as I'm listening to this is that or that one? This one. Here we go. As I'm talking to y'all about this, I'm listening to this song. What is it called? I think the name of the song is called The Way. Let me see. Yes. Way by Enja and Trays. ENNJA, TRYZ. TRAYZ. Enja, it's an instrumental. I love instrumentals. And the woman literally says, "You found a way. You found the way." That's the only lyrics in the song. You found the way. You found the way. And that's how I feel like. That's what I feel like. Ooh, what we got? Page of Cups. Yeah, talk about finding the way. Page of Cups with Two of Cups on the bottom. Ooh, talk about finding the way. Ooh, and the Two of Swords. I'm telling you, collective, you found a way to protect yourself. That ain't nothing but confirmation. 2332 is what I see. And the Emperor right here on the bottom. And you know what? The Emperor backing the Death card, saying, "Bring it on. I know what this is. I know how to roll. I know what's going on. Whatever change you think you're about to make, you ain't about to make it the way you think you're gonna make it." Tap in. Ooh-wee. Looking at this Page of Cups, Two of Swords, and the Emperor. My goodness. And didn't I say, y'all, however you gotta land It's going to be like a superhero land where you like this. Oh, people going to see it, baby. As I said, listen, sometimes a hard landing got to happen because sometimes you can't land softly. When you landing like this and then you take off running over like, girl, who she thinks she is? I'm a boss. Shit. Let them know. The Tower, flanked by the Two of Swords, knowing what's coming, knowing to be prepared. That's what I'm telling you, collective. That's what I'm telling you. Knowing you got to be prepared, understanding, rocking, rolling, ready to defend. I'm telling you, because when you enact a bridge that can't be crossed anymore, people gonna know it. Even if you didn't burn down the bridge to a specific person, people who accessed you on the undercut, oh, they know you closed off that bridge. It is a spiritual announcement that happens. It is a spiritual vibration that happens. And so now they got a problem. Now they carrying all this animosity towards you. Listen, I came on here a lot of times. I said, listen, collective, if you ain't got to fight with nobody, don't fight with nobody. And I understand, okay? But at the end of the day, that don't mean that you can't read people fulfilled. You can kindly read them fulfilled, you know. Looks like you're pretty upset today. You know what? You might be upset because, you know, your husband don't love you no more. And that's not something that you got to take out on me. That's something that you have to take out with yourself and your family. You know what I mean? So if that's your issue right now, then I suggest you find a therapist. Now you can't find it today because today is a holiday. However, maybe tomorrow you can start that process of healing, but it won't be through me. It won't be taking your anger out on me. You're going to be like, wait, they're going to be like, wait a minute, what? That access to you, to people taking out their energy on you, taking out their anger on you. Listen, that's a form of spiritual warfare, baby. People that feel like they can beat up on you because their life ain't right. People that do that, baby. Oh, that's a whole other type of beast you got to deal with. Them claws, clip, clip, clip. Remember, y'all, them claws that come out, you gotta handle that in a different way. You gotta speak to their spirit. You gotta speak to their soul. You gotta hit them like boom in the heart. You know how Tamar Braxton just told her sister, tap in, I know where you live because I put the down payment on your house. That's the type of energy you want to come with when you got people who want to take their anger out on you because they unhappy. Not even because of anything that you did, just because they unhappy. And they think you an easy punching bag. Not today. What they say, not today, say. Okay. Woo. That Emperor coming out with the Queen of Pentacles to round out that King of Pentacles. My gosh. And the Chariot. Big movement here, collective. 2233 is what I see on my screen. Oh, my goodness, baby. And then I say divine feminine, divine masculine. I'm telling you, collective, this is going to be such a balanced approach for you. When I say like you understanding the power, I started out by saying some of y'all don't know how powerful you truly are. This is the season you're going to find out. This is the season you're truly going to find out. Looking at this Chariot. Oh my gosh, baby. This Chariot is really giving. I know this direction now. Remember, I said at the beginning, sometimes you know what you don't want rather than knowing what you do want. I feel like by the end of this holiday season, collective, by the end of this year, you're going to know exactly the direction that you want because your intentions are going to be set. Collective. Can we tap all the way in and can we just admire the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles sitting righteously within a castle on the throne, recognizing the abundance of what is happening. And notice that the Queen ain't even holding on to the pentacle. She's not even holding on to the coin because she knows it's already protected. Oh, collected. Oh, I love it. I love this energy for the collective. I love it. Collective. Baby. This is next level for you. And I'm going to tell you, move that back before I hit it. I'm going to tell you straight up. When you recognize how major this season is for you, especially this birthright season, it's going to be no stopping. No stopping you. Remember, we could point out all the spiritual warfare. We could point out all the people that's coming at you. But my ultimate care here is you. You, collective. We're going to deal with the outside when we got to deal with it. But my goal is for you to set your intentions for a beautiful soul-led life through self-empowerment, knowing that you have the strength to deal with what's in front of you, and spiritual awareness, recognizing that as you spiritually flow through this world, other people see it too. And you got to be aware of what's going on. Hello. Okay? Now, I'm about to get up out of here. Why? Because it's 12:26 p.m. Something about that time is really like speaking to me. And I want to go outside because it's beautiful outside today. What's the weather? What's the weather for today? And look at that, just like that. Just like that, my cousin. Now, my cousin, that this is one of them cousins where you only see during the holiday time, but when y'all get together, it's like this. My cousin just texted me. I don't think we texted each other for at least 6 months at this point, and she just texted me, and I'm so excited about that. But the weather today, y'all know I'm in Southern California. I love it out here, okay? I'm not originally from here. Listen, they say it's going to be 70 degrees, bright and sunny. I'm going outside. And as I take in that vitamin D collected, I want to leave you with this. Listen, this new era of you is like beautiful. It is gorgeous. It looks good on you. Even if you are somebody that's going through a tumultuous time, it's not because you're going through a tumultuous time that you feel like you unpretty. Fuck that. You feel unpretty because you're not setting up intentions. And I know it's hard to do that simply because you're going through a hard time. But today, baby, I want you to recognize that this is passing. And that birthright season, you're going to lay down the groundwork to get out of this negative time. Okay? We moving to the next level. Regardless of what space you in. Regardless if you sleeping on your floor. Regardless if you sleeping outside. Baby, you want to set an intention to get up out of the situation that you don't want to be in. I can't solve all your problems, but the mindset and the action behind it, we're going to set that up for success. Tap in. We outside. Oh, that's cool. There's no going back now. Now, collective, do you guys have any questions? If you think she's going to do that, that's unfortunate. Any questions before I get up out of here? I think I'm at like what, 1 hour and 8 minutes. I'm gonna stay on for another 2 minutes. Love you too, Vonda. Miss Vonda. Love you too. Any questions before I get up out of here? I'm actually liking this time of day. Usually I go on a little bit later on, but this time of day, I like it. Go ahead, ask the question. And now I'm just answering from my soul. I'm not pulling no cards. This card's done. We over. And if what you ask me requires deeper work, then I'll tell you. I'm happy to see your face too. I can see it in the thumbnail. Yes, thank you. Have a blessed day too. Thank you so much. I can't believe I got 34 likes. Hooray! That's awesome. That's so awesome. I'm just waiting for the question to come in. Exactly. Okay. I'm just waiting for the question, y'all. In the meantime, I am going live tomorrow. We're kicking off our birthright season with an amazing topic. I'm not even going to tell you. I want to see. How do you calm down for your mom when she's rude towards me? The only way you're going to calm down is if you put your foot down. If you're thinking about being, oh, thank you so much, Miss Sharon. If you're thinking about like being passive or just like doing some breathing exercises and think you're gonna, no. The only way you're going to calm down is you put your foot down and stop that behavior. And I know that when you do that for the first time, it's going to shock your family. Mm-hmm. It's about you, baby. It's about you. What this live about? This live is about you. Mm-hmm. Empowering you, loving on you. Okay. Any other questions? It's absolutely all love. I love you guys. I tell you that every live stream. I love you. Okay. Let me look at this. Yeah. You're not going to calm down until you make it very clear to the people that's really being disrespectful to you. Okay, you're not going to calm down until you say, "Hey, listen, I'm noticing this tone in your voice that has been going on for quite some time, and I don't like it. If you feel as though you need to continue to speak to me that way, then let's stop this conversation right now." Like, and if they still want to continue to go, you let them know, like, hey, I see that you're still going on, and I'm feeling like this might be a threat. So listen, I am not above calling the law right now. And the law is getting a huge injection of money right now. Okay, I don't know. Listen, y'all know I be into them geopolitics. I be looking at what's going on. I be at the meetings. I have a number of my constituents, well, not my constituents, but I have a number of people that's in politics that have blocked me on Twitter because I used to go in on them. Okay, because what you doing for the people is the question, actually, right? What you doing for the community? Okay, how come people can't afford their rent? I used to be in on it like that back in the day. Okay, so like I'm not above. Like, I feel like you're threatening me. This is a threat because I put up my boundaries. So if you're telling me I'm unsafe here, okay, but what you won't do is you won't put me in a space where I'm so unsafe that I'm fearing for my life. Remember, intention. There are 3 corners of intention. Okay, it's what you set, it's the why, and it's the action. Okay, that's why if somebody says, hear me out, tap in, collective. I need y'all to tap in. Hold on, come back before we get out of here. That's why if somebody says, hey, I'm gonna come up to your job and I'm a mud stomp everybody up in there. Okay, tap in. Because I hate y'all. When you call the police, they take that as a serious threat. Why? Because the third part of that action has the ability to change lives. Tap in. That action is what matters. But the why behind that action matters. And the start of it matters. So all of it is a flood. I want you to take that same idea and say, this is what I'm setting out to do. The reason why I'm setting out to do it, and then you do it. Okay. I love you guys so much, y'all. Listen, y'all know y'all my family, okay? Y'all know big time we family up in here. We are growing collective. Listen, we are not that far away from 2,000 subscribers here, okay? So I know that y'all have been sharing the videos. I know that you've been liking them. I know that you've been loving on me. Listen, let's say collective, I love y'all for it. Thank you so much. We are growing, but yes, we are still a small community here. And one day we're going to be able to sit up here. Y'all going to be able to say, I was with Cass when she had 500 subscribers. I was with Cass, she had 1,000. I was with Cass, she had 2,000. Like, y'all coming with me. Do y'all know that? Do y'all know when, like, girl, when I'm up there with my book and I'm up there, speak, like, y'all coming with me. What's like, girl, y'all coming with me, okay? So listen, I don't want y'all to sit up here and think like, okay, it's gonna get too big now. No, when I'm up there accepting the Academy Award for whatever the freak I'm gonna be acting in one day, I'm gonna be like, hey y'all, first of all, I'd like to thank Travis P. They're gonna be like, who that? Don't worry about who it is, it's my cousin, okay? It's my family. You with me at 2K? Listen, I hope y'all with me at 2K, 10K, 20K, whatever K, because this has been a journey and I'm glad to take it with you guys. I love you guys so much. I might drop a surprise video that I found in my archives tonight. If that's something you're interested in, then hey, if that's something you're interested in, before I get out of here, type one in the chat. I will drop a surprise video that I found in my archive tonight. And it's a very beautiful message. It's not long at all, but it's very relevant. It's absolutely relevant. So I might drop it tonight for you. Okay. Or I might drop it in the members. I'll drop it in the members first. Okay. All right, y'all. Y'all gonna try to keep me on here forever. I don't see any more questions. Okay, so I'm gonna get up out of here. Y'all, thank you so much for rocking with me today. My name is Cass Young, Crown. Listen, I found what it is that I want to do in life. And that is for you to set your intention and have a beautiful, intentional life through self-empowerment and spiritual awareness. Oh, I love it. All right, y'all. I will see y'all later. Bye.